Every human being wants to be happy and fulfilled in life, even though most people don't make choices that lead to happiness and fulfillment. We are all looking for meaning, significance, and purposeful living. I would like to share with you my life philosophy for finding happiness and fulfillment in this life. I suggest you listen to this recording over and over again. Digest and process just one of these 40 tips every day, preferably the first thing in the morning and the last thing before you sleep. 1. Your assignment on this planet is to discover the purpose for your life, the very reason for your existence. Your second assignment on earth is to fulfill your purpose. You can be successful and miserable because of pursuing a course that is not aligned with your Maker's master plan for your life. With a sense of urgency, find God's original purpose for your life and pursue that purpose for the rest of your life with singleness of heart. 2. You are your mind. You don't have a mind. You are your mind. Your life is a reflection of your thoughts. Your life will never exceed the quality of your thoughts. The best way of controlling tomorrow is before it arrives. To change your life, change your thoughts. Your subconscious mind does not act in your best interest. Your subconscious mind obeys your conscious orders. Reboot your mind through positive mental inputs. Don't allow everything to sink in your system. Learn to filter stuff. Censor the stuff you see and hear. Be intentional on what your mind consumes. 3. Be proud of who you are. So long as you don't infringe on other people's rights, never apologize for who you are. Don't ever try to be someone else. Why should you be anyone's carbon copy? Most people live as copies of those they admire. Refuse to be anyone's shadow. Learn from others, but don't become them. Copying others is a severe insult to who you are and to the one who created you. You are your only kind. Live the life God gave you to the full. 4. Your word is your board. You will never rise above your self-talk. Never speak yourself out of God's blessings. Words are never neutral. They are either blessings or curses. Speak what you expect in your life. Don't say things as they are. Say things as you expect them to be. God calls things that are not as though they are. Learning the language of God may require you to unlearn your negative working vocabulary. Learn to bless yourself. Learn to agree with what heaven says about you. 5. You will never rise above your self-image. Your self-image is your life ceiling. Others will never see you above how you see yourself. Even the enemy sees you as you see yourself. 12 men in ancient Palestine went to spy the land flowing with milk and honey. 10 of the spies said, "We saw ourselves as grasshoppers, and so we were in the sight of our enemies." If you spoke to your friends the way you speak to yourself, maybe you'll never have any friend in life. Learn to celebrate yourself. Everyone has defects and custom-made flaws that make us unique. Celebrate your uniqueness. 6. Expect to win. Expect good things to happen to you. Don't focus on what went wrong. There are no accidents in life. Believe everything that has happened in your life was a divine order. Way into your future. The dots will connect backwards. No experience in this life is wasted. Every skill and error is a lesson in life. Those who avoid to fail, avoid to succeed. Learn from your mistakes and forgive yourself. What do you have against you? 7. Be decisive. Never sit on the fence. Prolonged indecision with time becomes a decision. You better be a hot mess in action than a perfectly organized coward. Make no mistake, you will make mistakes throughout your life. Reckless mistakes is making the mistakes of those who are ahead of you. Don't repeat their mistakes. Learn from their mistakes. But don't play life too safe. You will not come out of this life alive. 8. Your life is a composite of your daily habits. Because they are consistent, often unconscious patterns, habits constantly, daily express our character. Once we form habits, we don't have to keep them. The threads of a habit are too weak until they are too many to be broken. We are products of our habits. We are what we repeatedly do. Repetition is the mother of all learning. Take care of your daily habits and they'll take care of your character. 9. Whatever you focus on expands. Focus on the clean and the pure. Don't scatter your efforts. If it is not the only thing to do, don't do it. Identify what you must do and say no to secondary activities. Focus is the ability to say no. Wisdom is not just knowing what to do, but also knowing what not to do. Selection is the name of the game. 10. Anxiety is born out of a desire to be in control. You are never in control, you have never been in control, and you will never be in control. You only have this moment. Jesus said, worrying cannot add a single hour to your life. Every day has its own trouble. Relax about the future. Stop whining about the rains. Carry an umbrella. What you avoid fixing today will be your tomorrow's worry. Avoid anxiety by living responsibly and dealing one day at a time. 11. You never work for anyone in this world. You work for yourself. While someone else may write the paycheck, you determine the amount written on that check. Always go the extra mile. Always exceed the expectations of those who hire your services. Be irreplaceable. Be indispensable. Be a merchant of wow. Never release it to the world until it is world class. 12. Never work for money. You are not designed to pursue money. You are designed to pursue purpose. You are designed for purpose. Money was meant to be a byproduct of pursuit of a higher ideal, the very reason for your existence. Money will never be enough. Don't forsake what money cannot buy for money. Don't sacrifice timeless values in the altar of material gains. Value people. Use money. Don't lose your health or family in pursuit of wealth. Contentment with godliness is great gain. 13. You are not paid based on how many hours or years you work. Your pay is proportionate to the value you add to your organization. That's not how much they pay. That's the much they pay you. Add value to yourself and you'll earn more for the same working hours. 14. People remain trapped by poverty waiting for capital to start their own business. You came in this life loaded with capital. Everything you'll ever need in this life is in you. God has no afterthought. God does not wait for you to correct yourself and recollect who you are and then gift you. Everything God made with its seed in it. His command to all His creation remains. Be fruitful. There will be no this command if God never provided the seed. Now the one who gives seed to the sower is commanding you today, be fruitful, increase, multiply, Have dominion. You cannot have dominion until you operate in your domain. Identify your domain. 15. Align who you are with what you do. Do what you love and love what you do. You are paid more for your individuality. Stand out of the herd. Work on your personal brand to the extent you cannot be ignored. If you don't tell people your story, they will create one for you. Be memorable. Give people a reason to remember you. Give people a reason to need you. Be your own guide. Be peerless, matchless, inimitable. Let them never find you anywhere else except in you. Refuse to be cloned. 16. Learn to give. Giving is the only living proof that you're not bound by materialism. Giving is the acid test you don't have an emotional attachment with money. Giving is the surest way to true happiness. Consistent, compassionate, generous giving is the only way to open infinite doors of blessings in your life. There are doors in your life that will never be opened until you learn to give cheerfully, generously, and consistently. 17. Time has no emotions. Time moves on irrespective of your circumstances. Time does not fix anything. You can't let the river of your life take its natural course. Without your intervention, your river will take the crooked path of least resistance. Unless you identify the missing link in your life, the passing of time will never alter your outcomes. The real difference between winners and losers is how they use their time. God gives everyone equal time and a chance to improve their lives and be all that He intended them to be. The good news is that God is a God of a second chance. But if you don't schedule your time will be up for grabs by the highest bidder. 18. Never beg for what you have the capacity to earn. Never beg for love. Never beg for money. Never beg for favors. Begging compromises your productivity. Free lunch kills your ingenuity and creativity. If someone helps you long enough, you will develop learned helplessness. Necessity is the mother of all invention. Win children out of your house, else you'll compromise their human resourcefulness. 19. Love everyone irrespective of their creed, culture, race, nationality, or social status. In a round planet, there is no choosing of sides. Every human being is a reflection of the image of God. Everyone is here on earth by divine order. If you only seek your own happiness, you will be disappointed. When you seek happiness for others, you will find it. 20. Happiness cannot come to you. Happiness can only come from you. In any relationship, ask what you're giving, not what you're taking away. In any day, givers are happier than takers. Make regular deposits in every relationship, and sweet withdrawals will be guaranteed. 21. You cannot lead others where you have never been. The most effective way of leading others is bringing out the best out of your own life. As John Maxwell says, you can only effectively teach what you consistently model. Don't be a tour agent pointing others to a direction where you have never been. Be a tour guide. Show others the way that you know, the path you've walked before. Don't just tell others what to do. Show them what to do from what you have mastered. Avoid hypocrisy. Don't teach what you don't practice. If it doesn't work for you, what makes you think it will work for others? 22. Be responsible. Plant during the planting season, lest you get embarrassed during the harvest season. As long as the earth endures, there will be sowing time and harvest time. You will always reap what you sow. The best way of controlling tomorrow is before it becomes today. Live every day in such a manner you will never have to revisit what you could have done. Take care of your immediate family. He who does not take care of his family is worse than an infidel. Take care of your work. Be a responsible citizen. 23. To all is human, to forgive is divine. Any stable relationship is premised on forgiveness. A life lived without forgiveness is a life lived in the past. While forgiveness does not change the past, it surely opens up the future. Forgiveness is not synonymous to reconciliation. Forgiveness is an attitude of the heart, letting God take charge of vengeance. Forgiving only frees you from focusing on the person you think offended you. Forgiving frees your life from blame games and helps you to take full responsibility for your life. 24. Never blame anyone for your life. Your life is a reflection of your choices. Your money, your choice. Your job, your choice. Your education, your choice. Your partner, your choice. Your marriage, your choice. Whenever you blame others, in essence you are saying to yourself, for my life to change, someone else must change. And guess what? You have no capacity to change anyone else. The beginning of progress is taking responsibility for your choices. 25. Rewrite your story. Your life is not a practice awaiting the actual performance. Every moment you live, you're on life stage of your life executing a final performance. Life is not a dress rehearsal. Stop practicing what you're going to do and just do it. Stop waiting for the person you want to become. They may never come your way. Start being the person you want to become. You will never be invited for auditions in your life. You are the director, scriptwriter, and actor of your life show. Don't wait for anyone's approval. Your life story is far from over. Live to your last moment. 26. Embrace quiet time. Learn to unplug from the noisy world. Draw your strength from within you. Doors of opportunities open inwards. Most people spend their lives looking outwards. Happiness cannot come to you. Happiness can only come from within you. Be peaceful. Learn to meditate on truth. Internalize the Word of God. Only then will you be able to stand every storm of your life. 27. Connect with your family. Avoid loneliness. Dine and pray together every day. Laugh and play together daily. Support each other's dreams and celebrate each other's milestones. Make home the peaceful place everyone looks up to each day. 28. Never have sex with anyone else except your life partner. The world's pain point number 1 is sex on the wrong bed. Invest on your life partner. Surprise them with gifts. Spend quality time together. Seek to impress each other every day. Adore each other every day. Strong relationships don't happen. They are caused to happen. 29. Stress stretch our imagination. Storms are part of life. Storms hit everyone. While storms are seasonal, they reveal what material you are made of. Storms reveal your foundation. The foundation of your life, faith, career, and marriage is revealed by storms. You will never graduate from storms. Every stormy season is followed by a bright season. Build your life, career, and relationships on the rock. Set everything right from the foundation so that when storms come, you will stand. 30. You can't please everyone. There will always be people who like you and others who don't like you. Don't crave to be a celeb. While celebs make headlines, legendaries make history. Seeking celebrity status is a worthless cause that will make you live a superficial, meaningless life. Seek to make a difference. Every legendary was castigated before they were revered. 31. Re-educate those around you that you're not an abhorrence in waiting for their emergencies. Lack of planning on their part does not constitute your emergency. Destroy any dependency syndrome around you. Develop those who look up to you to be independent humans peacefully coexisting with fellow humans in an interdependent human society. 32. Don't follow the trappings of life. Man's lifespan is 80 years if his strength endures. We are pilgrims in this life. The universe is unfolding as predestined in the Creator's master plan. At the end of the day, wealth, fame, and fortune will never rescue you from the cruel close of death. It's pointless to be rich and famous through exploitation and corruption. Power and wealth blind many from the reality of our mortality. Live each day as though it were your last day on earth, always at peace with your Maker and your loved ones. 33. Waiting for inheritance is a meaningless bondage. There are parents who manipulate their children with false hopes, and some siblings live in strife, fighting for what their forebears worked for. Why should you fight with the people you love? Learn to earn from your own hands. Don't despise the days of humble beginnings. The journey to the mountaintop starts with a single step. Most people admire the fruits without studying the roots. Most people are attracted by the visible success of those who toiled. True riches is what happens inside an individual. God is more concerned with who you become than what you get. You are work in progress in the potter's hands. Stay connected to the true vine, and he will continually prune you to your latest model, an improved version of your last chapter. 34. Never isolate yourself. Isolation leads to termination. Isolation limits imagination. Connections give life meaning. All of us are like islets in the sea, separate on the surface but connected in the deep. We all came from one divine source. We were all wired for interdependence. Seek the beauty in every person. Be wowed by our differences. Our differences should attract, not attack each other. Be a flexible member of our human society without compromising timeless values. All living things are pliable in life, dry, brittle, and isolated in death. Rigidity and isolation are companions in death. Flexibility and cooperation are companions in life. 35. Drunkenness blurs judgment. Avoid all manner of addictions. Sobriety is the hallmark of royalty. Choices made under influence may be regretted in a lifetime. All addictions are malleable. You can overcome the strongest addiction by reversing the process that led to the addiction. You got hooked by that addiction by exposing yourself to the habit and associating closely with people who approve that habit. Focus on what you want, not on what you don't want. Never label yourself after that addiction. Substitute your undesired habit with a desired one. Minimize the time you spend with those who approve the addiction you desire to overcome, and begin to associate with people who practice the values you desire to acquire. Don't be harsh to yourself. You are a child of this universe. Put your energy on living a victorious day today, one day at a time. 36. Take care of your body. It is the only thing that you truly possess. While fitness is our responsibility, health comes from God. Take care of your diet and exercise regularly. Leave the rest to God. Be careful on what you consume. Stop smoking yourself into lung complications, and stop drinking yourself into an early grave. All your body inputs are choices in your hands. 37. Don't compete with others. Compete against the best previous version of yourself. Compete against excellence. Compete to finish your race. Nothing is so fatal to character as half-finished tasks. No one has a problem with the first mile of a journey. Even an infant could do fine for a while. Cowards never start. The weak never finish. Winners never quit. Life does not give you what you deserve. Life gives you what you demand. Learn to finish what you start. It does not matter what you drive and how fast you drive, so long as you are moving forward on your track. In a strict sense, in the race of life, there is no real finish line. It's a continuous journey. Keep pushing the limits. Don't just count the days. Make the days of your life count. 38. Nature is a therapy. Go outdoors. Connect with nature. Walk in the woods. Walk barefoot along the beaches. Go for game drives in the national parks. Hike if you can. Take high-sea cruises. Visit distant lands. Fight for exposure. Taste different cultures and their way of life. Treat yourself. Enjoy your own company. Don't be addicted to a life without you. You've got one short life to live. 39. Seek to outlive yourself. Invest in those who can never repay you. Do stuff that cannot be erased from history. Plant trees whose shade may never shelter you. Build schools your children may never attend. Build hospitals that may never serve you. Don't be overwhelmed by the massive needs in the world today. You are never meant to do everything, but you are made to make your contribution to the human cause. Don't let what you cannot do interfere with what you can do. Do what you can. To paraphrase Mother Teresa, she said, if you can't feed 1,000, feed one soul. And Nelson Mandela said, sometimes it falls upon a generation to be great. You can be that generation. I ask you today, will you be that generation? 40. The fear of God is the beginning of wisdom. Love the Lord your God with all your heart, with all your might, and with all your strength. It's God who holds your breath at any given moment. Let God be your first priority in life. Don't invite God into your plans. Follow God's plans for your life. I'll leave you with a question Jesus asked. What shall it benefit a man to gain this whole world and lose his only soul?